Hello, my name is Randy Matthewson. We are very honored to have been the 2011 Nebraska recipients of the Leopold Award, and we hope you enjoy this video as you take a short tour of our ranch with us. Our family farm corporation is RGM Corporation. It was established by my mom and dad in 1947. We incorporated in 76 when I came back from school.
We started out with the section and we've increased that a lot and improved on everything a lot. I believe in improving as I go. I've always had the idea to leave things better than the way I found them, and that's been a big betterment to us, to the land and us.
You know, you take care of what you have and you treat it right and make it better, if for nothing else, for society and the next generation.
Since I have been here a long time, my dad was here a long time, Bo's been here his whole life. This isn't a 1 or 2 year thing. It's over a period of time, and if the ranch is going to continue, you have to use best practices, best available practices, and you know we've tried to do that. And you know, during the drought within the last 10 years, from 2002 to probably 2005-06, you know, we were in at least a 100-year drought, and it was amazing how much the conservation practices that we had before then helped sustain us through that drought. You know, one of the real keys to being able to rotationally graze in this area is having sufficient water. And we've, you know, with help from the NRCS office, you know, we've been able to put in pipelines and tanks so we can rotationally graze.
There's a tank we put in last year to feed the pipeline, and beyond that there's another tank that's fed by another pipeline. We tried to put these pipelines in and place these tanks so that we have better grazing distribution. We've also given this pasture a full season deferment last year. We see better production in a pasture like this as opposed to a pasture that is grazed every year. We'll try to be in here for about 45 days, and then we'll move on to the next pasture in our rotation. This pasture cluster of pastures represents probably what we've worked the hardest on, and it's a culmination of all of our conservation efforts. When we purchased it, it was four sections in one pasture. There were 2 water sources, which left a lot of portions undergrazed and a lot of portions overgrazed. And over the past decade, I guess, we put a pipeline on it. We put a tank in the middle of every section. We cross-fenced it, so now we have 4 pastures. And we use the pasture rotation system that we learned about from Pat Reese in the Nebraska Ranch Practicum. We go on a 4-year deferment where each pasture is rested once every 4 years. We've really worked hard on this, and we're proud of the result.
We try to work with nature. We like to see wildlife too, and not necessarily just commercial wildlife. We have bird species around here that we didn't used to have before we returned some of it to grass. This nesting platform is one of the conservation or stewardship practices that we do in conjunction with the Rocky Mountain Bird Observatory. South of the interstate, there's a lot of canyons that ferruginous hawks traditionally nest in, and they're trying to increase the population. They know that there's pairs in this area and they're trying to increase it, so they're putting out nesting stands like this, and we're more than happy to cooperate with it to see if the population can be increased. I was honored when, you know, when we were contacted that we had been awarded. There's a lot of people that do what we do or are in various stages of doing what we do, and to be, selected from that group, it's a tremendous honor.
We've been recognized for a lot of hard work that's gone into it, and I've still been in the picture right up till last fall, but my son and my grandson has taken over, and just where I left off, they've done so much more than what I ever dreamt that could happen for us.
I think that conservation and stewardship, I think they are tied back to people that are connected to the land. But you need that connection, you need that will, that want to, and it doesn't matter who owns it, but you have to have that commitment to it. And I take a certain amount of pride in being able to produce food, produce it efficiently, and being able to, to make a living. I think one of the things that I remember most is, and I can't even tell you for sure where it was. It's probably up around Scotts Bluff someplace, but on some undisturbed land. And when I was a kid, and they said, that's where the Oregon Trail was, you could still see the ruts. What's that been, 160 years ago? I mean, what we do today is going to affect this land for a long time.